Hello everybody and welcome to Constructed Clash. I'm Spencer. This is the blue-white side of this week's matchup. I'm playing against Mason Clark. We've won the die roll and we will elect to go first. Alright, so this hand is 2 lands and big stuff. I don't think we can keep this hand. I think we'll get ran over. We can't keep this hand because there's no lands in it. We are going to keep this hand, and it's terrible. Well, hopefully the search for Azcanta does a lot of work, because we are going to lose this game! But we're going to try our best. I believe Mason is playing Stompy this week, so this hand is decent. Also, our land game is on point. These are my favorite islands. So that's good. I love playing with my favorite islands. We'll go ahead and just F8. Save Mason some clock time. So what do we expect from Mason here? Thorn Lieutenant. Go ahead and put that in my graveyard. Try and draw a land. Go ahead and cycle this. Try and draw a land. And we will pass the turn. That's pretty rough for us. Thrashing Brontodon. We really... Hopefully we get some kind of value off this search. I would like to put that in my graveyard. Alright, we'll go ahead and concede this game. And we'll go on to the next. So, in this matchup, I think that one of the things that we want to do is play this Cleansing Nova. I think we want to play Lyra's. And since we're on the play, we want to keep in Syncopate. I don't think we want Hieroglyphic Illumination. I don't think we want Negate. And outside of that, nothing else is really that important. I think that, Commit Memory is totally fine. One, Pull from Tomorrow is totally fine. I actually wonder if I'm supposed to board out a Cast Out or a Seal Away, to be honest. It's kind of a hard decision for me. I think I'm going to board out Cast Out. I think I like counter spells more on the play in this matchup. Whereas if I was on the draw, I would definitely just be boarding out these Syncopates, maybe even boarding in Aether Meltdowns, stuff like that. So. Alright, we will elect to be on the play. This hand is also a mulligan. Seriously? I think this hand is also... Oh, no, I meant to mulligan that. Well. Better lucky than good, I always say. Better lucky than good. Alright, we'll go ahead and jam this here. Search for Azcanta. Just searching for Azcanta. And it's actually just not that good anyway. I actually think Blink of an Eye is just bad against him. I mean, maybe I'll just support that out. You knew Dewdrop. Scrap Heap Scrounger is certainly something we wish we could have syncopated. Good on Mason for playing around the said Syncopate. No, I think I will keep that. And we will create Perfect Mana and cast the turn back. We'll go ahead and take this 3. Take a couple of these 3s probably throughout this game. Really hoping to stabilize through just this Scrap Heap Scrounger if we can. We're going to syncopate this Scrap Heap Scrounger for sure, though. 2 Scrap Heap Scroungers, there's just so many. Getting Syncopate back is this weird upgrade that you don't realize that you miss until you play with it again. It is always surprising how often I would not like to put that into my graveyard. I would instead like to play a land and pass the turn. It's funny, you don't realize how often the syncopating, putting things into the exiling things is relevant until you play a bunch of games with it and you're like, man, the amount that this is better than Clash of Wills is so much. Alright, so this turn I think is a kicker turn. I think we're happy to kick it. Make him play this again. If this is the turn that he decides to play that again, that's actually just great for us. So Lightcraft's Bestiary. Well, friend, I have a surprise for you. Do I want to put Lyra into my graveyard? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I'm okay missing a land drop this turn. We obviously mulligan, so we were kind of destined to miss land drops. But hopefully, since Mason is also missing land drops, we don't get overrun by this. Mason did put the card on top, which leads me to believe it is a land. Yep, he goes ahead and plays a Woodland Cemetery. Gonna go ahead and play Thrashing Brontodon. Oh no, Mason! Mason! Buddy! We're gonna go ahead and kick it on this since he tapped out. Seal away. Alright, now we want to draw a land, play Teferi, profit. I will put Torrential Gearhulk into my yard. I will draw a land. I will play Teferi. I will get rid of this, and we will commence our turns the way that they should be played. I'm not sure if I agree with Mason's decision to draw a card there rather than destroy the Search for Azcanta. I actually don't know what's correct, though. I'd love to. I'm excited to talk about that in the post game with him. Which, if you go to patreon.com/ecmdg and become a patron of any level, you can actually see that. So, we have Ronus. Ronus is a card. that in my yard. I will go ahead and plus Teferi. Teferi's art changed, which is sweet. You know, now it's got Search for Azcanta's art. It actually looks kind of cool, to be honest. And then I think we're just going to go ahead and play this Lyra. We will untap our lands. So, one of the things that we can get blown up here is by Blossoming Defense, to be honest, depending on how Messin plays this. That's interesting. So, is he willing to trade? Okay, so I'll pay white and 1. Because now if he Blossoming Defense is here, I mean, then I can block here and then let Teferi die. I mean, I'm very okay trading 2 Blossoming Defenses for this. Yeah, I'm very okay with this trade. I think this is, you know, it's whatever. Like, that, I think that that's just the correct play for us, so. We gotta flip our Search for Azcanta this turn. I honestly don't even know that it will matter what this is. Yeah, I'd love to put Cast Out in my graveyard. I would love to flip my search. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play 9 here. And we'll just kind of play Magic now. Yep. Well, we'll take Disallow. We probably should have done that in response, to be honest. That's just a misplay on our part. It's like a really bad misplay on our part. That could cost us this. That was a silly mistake. Go ahead and take the Settle the Wreckage. I think we're in pretty good spot still. We're going to give him back his guy, and we're going to kill all of this stuff, I think. We really don't have to, though. Yeah, maybe I'm not supposed to. I can really just wait to draw a cast out for that Lifecrafter's Bestiary so far. I expected that. That's fine. I think we do want to syncopate this. Let's look for Teferis for a second. Interesting to note where Pull went. We want Pull sooner rather than later. I guess it doesn't really matter. Go ahead and plus set Teferi. Go to my end step and start untapping lands again. At some point, I will probably ask Mason to concede if I don't think he has a shot to win. Just because we're doing a video and you don't need to see the control deck, do control decks things. But I actually don't know that this Lifecrafters is really going to matter because of the way the Mason's deck. That's so good for me. That is more than fine, my friend. I think we're fine with this. We're going to activate to try and hit like a seal away or something. That's interesting. I don't think we actually care if this happens, because if he uses the Blossoming Defense, then we can use the Settle the Wreckage. So instead, we'll just let it happen. Oh, this is going to be so good. Alright. Well, this is the time to pull the trigger, fam. And that's why Cleansing Vova is so much better than Fumigate. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we can have 8, 9 mana. That's So there's different 7. I don't actually think that there's a difference. So we will... Wait. 3... There actually is a difference. I can triple spell if I just play this. Okay, there we go. And now we know. So we'll untap a blue source and Field of Ruin. Mason believes he's got a shot. So you're telling me there's a chance. One thing that we get to start doing though is we get to start drawing 2 spells a turn, because we can start activating Search in a couple turns and plussing Teferi, which is really just the sweetest thing in the world. Let's be honest. Honestly, I just don't think we want him to have a creature hit the board at this point. I don't actually know that it really matters what it is. So he has 1 mana left. We're going to activate first. Grab a second Settle. That's pretty good. We probably just let this resolve now. Okay. That was a mistake by me, actually. So I thought a trigger was going to hit the stack. Alright, well, that's awkward, but now Mason has a shot. Alright, that's a dead Teferi, fam. Bad misclick on camera. Can we come back? I honestly still don't think that Mason can win this game, to be honest. I think he is delaying the inevitable. That's fine. That is fine. I don't know what this is, but it's probably not going to resolve. As I said, that's not going to resolve. go ahead and search for Teferi again. I think once we just get Teferi and play again, it just won't matter. I don't think we need that Cleansing Nova. I think we can just take this. Probably just ship the turn here. Yeah, Mason's going to bring back Scrap Heap. Number 1. We're very okay with that. I actually want both of these settles, so I'm actually going to counter this duress as soon as it hits the stack on my MTGO. That's a pretty easy settle. So we're getting another Nissa, I assume. But he knows I have this cast out. I don't see a reason not to do this, to be honest. Put Mason with 0 cards. I think we're just going to be activating this turn. So I'm just going to do it. That is interesting. We're just going to use a lot of our mana this turn because Mason has 0 cards, and we only have 1 turn before he draws his Planeswalker again. And that's important. So Mason started to cast a spell, which leads me to believe he does not have... He just doesn't have it. I am quite confident he does not have Blossoming Defense. And if he does, we are going to probably die, because he will Blossoming Defense this for 7, 8... We won't die. Alright, I don't think he has it. I think very confidently that Mason does not have it. I think we are going to be flashing back memory this turn. I have a strong suspicion. Okay. There's really not a reason to yet, though. Alright, we're just gonna ship it. Didn't Reed come down and do something? I've got one more. Oh no, I boarded out the other cast out, so that's actually a problem. So we actually need to draw a counter spell, and we know that one of them is on the close to the bottom. So we actually definitely made some misplays in this. Like it's just a sequence of misplays really since the misclick/misplay. Oh snap! Look at that. It's right there. Alright, so Teferi, third from the bottom. We actually don't have time. I wish Mason wouldn't do this a little bit, because, like, I don't think you can win, and we're not getting the actual experience of blue-white, but okay. Nope, I'll keep that. Nope, I will. And then we will ship it. Alright. One of the funny things about MTG is I can't show Mason my hand. Like, he's saying, I want to draw a threat and stick it, and it's like, well, I'm not going to let you. Well, this might make him concede, though. Alright, and we actually probably can win before timing out and then go to game 3, though, so that's good. That actually makes sense as a time to concede from Mason if he didn't draw a threat. So. Okay. Oh, you know what, though? I wonder if Mason is just going to the last game, in which case I do need a sideboard. So, okay. So, one thing that we want to fix is I don't actually like that many searches on the draw, and I really don't like that many syncopates on the draw. So, kind of seeing the nature of Mason's deck, we definitely want this Cleansing Nova. We want these Lyras. I really don't want Aether Meltdown, though. So, because of that, I'm going to leave in this Negate. I'm actually going to keep in this Hieroglyphic Illumination instead. And it could be wrong. I'd be happy to talk to Mason afterwards. And just his opinion, but I really don't like Aether Meltdown against these green decks because, it's not actually permanent removal, and because, the late game they can just turn their guys into real threats again, I don't think it's that good. This hand is good enough. It's rough. I think we're going to lose with this hand, but I don't think you can afford to mulligan these hands with blue-white. You know what, though? It's like 0 castable spells. I mean, I'm on the draw, and I don't have Syncopate. So what am I looking for? Do I need one of my 6 2-mana interaction? I think that you just need either 2-mana interaction or a Wrath in this matchup. So we're going to get both of them in this hand. We're going to put that on the bottom. We'll play our tap land, F8 through the turn. Mason, I'm actually curious if Mason is playing the Llanowar Elves, because he doesn't appear to be. I also haven't seen Vinemare, which is interesting, and he saw a lot of cards in this match. So I'm surprised I haven't seen either of those. I'm gonna be interested by his list. That's also the first Hashep Oasis we've seen, so that's interesting. His hand turned out pretty good. Once again, I really like Mason's main phase. I'm really excited to talk to him about the trade for Lyra. Oh no! Duress! That's why the black version's so good! Actually, that's a really good reason to play the black version. Scrap Heap Scrounger plus Duress is just, like, really, really good for the deck. I like it a lot better than the blue version. Mason takes Teferi. Is it just spell? Spell or ability? I'm gonna take this too. I think we can do better with our little seal away. Look at that. All these creatures in play for me to kill later. Oh man, I have a kill spell for this Thrashing Brontodon now. I wonder if Mason has another Duress. Yeah, I think that sometimes you just gotta take what the defense gives you, and Mason's wants this out of my hand. I think it's a fair exchange, Mason Clark. Now you get to play your card. I didn't have a counterspell anyway. What you got? Come at me, bro. I actually kind of hope it's the Reed, to be honest. Steel Leaf Champion, that's not it at all. Steel Leaf Champion has the Settle the Wreckage art because Moto's great. Oh, I almost skipped my turn. Let's go get this in there. Mason has 2 cards. He can attack with both of his creatures. I'm able to deal with either one. We're going to deal with the Ronus first, though. Or at least attempt to. What is happening? That's fine. That's also fine. Okay. Yeah, I'll take half my life total. I accept your proposition, Mason Clark. Alright, he does have Llanowar Elves. What you got, Mason? I like the lines that Mason's taking specifically because he took Teferi out of my hand. Well, this is bad news bears for Mason Clark. we're going to go ahead and cast this cast out. Yeah, and then we're just kind of sitting on counterspells till we hopefully win. But I was at this spot multiple times before in my Magic career. Doesn't always work out that way for control. We're fine with that at this point with a Silo in our hand. That's a pretty good draw for us. Galta Primal Hunger? I don't think so. Alright, we just need to draw a draw spell, basically. Well, that's a counter spell. Not quite a draw spell. I actually am okay with drawing counter spells, though. I'm okay with drawing that, too. No reason to actually let him have a card yet. Obviously, if we get to the point where we get a ton of mana in play, then we can use our memory as a draw spell. We just have to wait till we have kind of a surplus of cards in our graveyard that we like. Do I want to negate this? I think because of the nature of my other counterspells, I'm okay negating this. Well, folks, that is what I call the game. Alright, so we get to have a counterspell up. We get to play a land. And now I believe Mason Clark is 0% to win. And that's blue-white control, folks. Sometimes this is just how the deck plays. That's fine. So, the only thing that I can think of Mason having is Duress plus... No, I don't think it's going to work, because I'll just destroy any Duress. Llanowar is bigger, buddy. He's making his Llanowar a 4/4. I think he's going to go all the way to a 7/7. And hopefully we will then blow him out. Oh man, it's funny because I actually wonder if this is like a better time to use memory. But it's not, because Blossoming Defense will just settle him. So, we have counterspell for whatever he draws. He can't kill us this turn. We're going to be able to ultimate Teferi with counterspell in hand. So, I don't think Mason has an out, but well, buddy. We actually want to get memory into our graveyard because of this Teferi emblem. So Mason has no cards. I'm actually fine waiting a turn to keep my Teferi in play to win faster. This is a pretty easy attack. Yeah, you can have your lands. I actually don't really care what Mason draws this turn. Because he can't have... Ooh. Maybe I do care. That was a good top deck. That's fine. Well, I can't use this card once I ultimate this Teferi, so it's not going to matter. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, well, that makes sense. Alright, so that's it. Let's go to the post game with Mason.